in Houston, and I'm very thankful. My mother-in-law is at MD Anderson. We're having some tests done. So keep her in your prayers. She's right now having an MRI as I speak to you. My wife is with her now. She's in her second bout of cancer. So her name is Margaret, and I would so much appreciate your prayers. I know Sylvia prays for me often, and I pray for her. Where's Sylvia? She here? There she is. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to tell you, what sets us apart at Single Life is the fact that we're people just like you. I got started here in 1989. I just gotten out of the Air Force with an honorable discharge. I had a bachelor's degree in business with a focus on human resources. I could not find a job. After 3 or 4 months, I came into this business, and I was only going to be in the insurance business till I found something better. Okay? And I know some of you out there now thinking the same thing. You know, this may not be for me, because who tells their first grade teacher when you're growing up and they ask you what you want to be? How many of you say insurance agent? Not one of you. Thank you for being truthful. I didn't either. You know, but when I got into the business, I was very fortunate to get started on the ground floor. We were actually just a small agency. Some of you may know the history, but I kind of want to give you a first encounter perspective of who we are and what we're about. The president and the CEO of the company, Ron Powell, and his father started a small insurance agency. There were 5 of us, and we only worked in Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Ron was 19 years old when he trained me. 19. I was 25. Long time ago. But it seems like yesterday. As a matter of fact, it was the week of Christmas in 1989, and Ron, at age 19, we were driving to Macon, Georgia, from where we're at. Thomasville is about a 3-hour drive. So we're riding in his Toyota Celica. Some of you too young to remember what Toyota Celica was. Okay, it's a hatchback. How many of you remember the hatchback Toyota Celica? Okay, we're riding in this Toyota Celica, and we're riding down the road, and he says, "Hand me that bungee cord in the glove compartment." I said, "Bungee cord? What do you want with a bungee cord?" He had to wrap it around his stick shift to keep it in 5th gear as we went up the highway. So, you know, we're off to a good start on my training week, right? And him 19 years old. Well, by the time we left to go back home that week, and it was the week of Christmas, we worked 2.5, 3 days. He wrote about 10 applications for almost $5,000 annual premium. You know, and we didn't even have an office. We worked out of our home. We traveled every week. We stayed in motel rooms for 3 and 4 nights a week away from our families. And by the time that Ron Powell, how many of you met Ron or been around him? Awesome inspiration. And it's because he cares about people. But by the time he was 25, he made his first million. And he started talking to me about, you know, I think we need to own our own insurance company one day. We're riding, we're knocking on doors. He says, "Mitch, don't you have a degree?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What's it in?" I said, "Business." I said, "Why you ask?" I said, I was hoping it would be in accounting, because we're thinking about buying our own insurance company. I'm like, it goes in one ear and out the other. But I don't have the vision that he has. And that's the reason we're at where we're at today as a company. So we started with 5 people. By the year of 2000, we bought a company called Providence Security. We changed the name to Single Life Insurance Company. We were in 6 southeastern states. Now we're 40 plus states, and we're about to be in Puerto Rico. Wow. This year we did over $70 million in annualized premium. Wow. Yeah. Yes. We're planning on taking over the final expense industry. Listen, the reason we're able to do that type of production is because of people like you. And I say that with all sincerity. You know, we have as a company 2 clients. The customer, who you service and I service every week when we're helping them and their families and the claims and things of that nature. But we also look as the agents that come on board, not just a customer, but more of a partner. We want to lock arms with you and do life with you. We want to help you reach your goals. This is a life-changing opportunity. When I started in this business, I lived in a 14 by 52 single wide mobile home. Ron Powell lived in a double wide. My dream was to one day own a double wide, right? Now, I say that in jest. God owns everything I got. So if he put me in a trailer tomorrow, that'd be okay. But I will tell you that he has helped me fulfill some dreams in my life and the life of my family. And you were talking about generational wealth. You know, my family's not going to have to worry because of what this business has done on how they're going to continue to live their lives through the renewals and things of that nature. And here's what I want you to understand. It can happen very quick. And the thing is you're providing a service that people need. This is real. Every day we help families when they need it the most, and that's when they've lost a loved one. Okay? How many of you lost loved ones here before? That's the hardest day in a family's life, is it not? You know, so not only do we help them with the life insurance aspect of things, but I'm going to tell you, we really help them with legacy. How many of you know about legacy? Legacy assurance. Okay? I'm going to tell you, I experienced it twice in 2021. And they didn't do this just because I'm a VP with the company or anything like that. Okay? But in 2021, I lost my father-in-law in February. Okay? Legacy contacted the funeral home, negotiated the price. We got a solid mahogany casket. These aren't cheap. Okay? For $2,000 after negotiations and the cost of the casket, we were able to get his funeral for less than $8,000. Yeah, that's all. Here's the beauty of that. Legacy contacted the funeral home the day before, negotiated the pricing for their services. Didn't talk to them about the casket or anything. So I knew I had a list. I had a price list when I went in there. And when I sat down with the funeral director, checked it off. Everything was like he said it would be when you negotiated with Legacy. And then he said, well, let's go and pick out the casket. I said, I won't need to do that. We'll have one delivered today by 5 o'clock. The Legacy delivered that casket that same day.
Yes, Lord.
Did the same thing for my brother. He passed away in May. I lost to 4 boys. He's the third, and he's the first that died. And Legacy contacted the funeral home, negotiated the price. I met my 3 brothers at the funeral home. We walked in, checked off what the pricing was. Everything was fine. And I said we'd have an 18-gauge steel casket delivered that same day. And they delivered it. We buried him for less than $5,000.
Oh, wow.
You know? So Legacy's the real deal. And we're committed. I've been here since 1989. My daughter, some of you may or may not have met her, Catherine. How many of you met Catherine Connor? You met her? You met her? Some of you may have met her this week in Orlando. How many went to Orlando this past week? Y'all have a good time?
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah. What y'all think about JP?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He brought a good message. Well, Catherine is the director of Legacy. She's my daughter. She was born into this business. She meant she was going to stay in this business. Actually, she started part-time when she was in high school. When we had started Legacy, there were 2 people, a full-time person and her. She graduated from high school. The full-time person went back to Alabama, so it was left on her, and she was 18 years old. She has since built it up to where they have 8 employees, and they're shipping about 15 to 16 caskets a week. And they're helping many more families than that through the negotiations. You know, so we're here to help people, okay? No ifs, ands, and buts. And you expected me to say all that, I'm sure, as a senior VP. But let me tell you what really matters, okay? What really matters is we know who you are because we are just like you. What's different about Senior Life Insurance Company is the fact that it's an agent-owned company. Does that make sense? How many of the insurance companies do you know are owned by agents? And the executives still sell 1 day a week. I was on the commission side for 25 years. And then I retired at age 49 and went into full-time ministry. And then 5 years ago, Ron asked me to come back and work on the corporate side to do what I do today. And I continued to be in ministry for about 18 months, but it just became too much for my family. But even as an executive with the company, I still sell 1 day a week. We have over 200 employees at the home office, and we require that they sell 1 day a week. We got about 70% of them doing it right now. Why do we do that? Because we want our employees to know our customers on a more intimate basis and to know what our agents go through. When they're on the phone selling 1 day a week, and we don't pay them commissions, we just bonus them a little bit if they make a sale. We don't even care if they make a sale or not, to be honest with you. We just want them to know what you guys experience when you're out in the field or when you're on the phone making sales. And let's face it, we face a lot of rejection in the insurance industry, right? Yeah. You know, but don't let those things, rejection and not being able to catch people at home or not being able to close the sale, don't let those things bother you. And here's how you do it. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice from my own experiences, if you don't mind. Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Okay, because I want you to learn from me, because I learned the hard way. But when I was in sales on a daily basis, early on, I was not the best salesperson that we had. The one thing that you would not do is you would not outwork me. There you go. You will not outwork me. I may not be the sharpest pencil in the box, but one thing, you will not outwork me. And if you work hard and you stay committed and you plug into the process that these people teach you and they care for you,